What's going on, y'all? What is going on? Good evening. Good evening. I hope y'all feeling all right. Listen, I hold on. I ain't gonna be on here long. I'm telling you this right now. I am not gonna be on here long. I'm gonna say what it is that I feel that I need to say, and then I'm gonna go on about my business and get up off of here. To be honest with you, okay. The longer I stay on, it's gonna be the more y'all actually give some level of feedback, and I don't know what y'all gonna do, but I'm just gonna say whatever it is that I really and truly want to say. First and foremost, welcome to the Muzzles of Podcast, where I'm your host, Nakia Monet. Hey V, welcome. Okay. I have not been on here for probably about 2 months now, outside of doing like a couple of shows here and there. Because I felt like, a message needs to get out, word needed to get out, concerning the perverted pastor down there in Iowa, right? So I did a couple shows as it pertained to that because I really felt that message needed to get out, that word needed to get out, and it still does need to come out with regards to the perverted pastor down there in Iowa, marrying his young parishioner once she reached the ripe age of 19. I still feel that is disgusting. I still feel that there should be more outrage surrounding it. I still feel that there's not enough outrage surrounding it. I still feel that we as a whole have definitely taken the attitude of this ain't my business, it don't concern me. And I have a problem with that as a whole because I feel that we probably had maybe about 2 more stories come out about pastors that have carried on inappropriate relationships with teenagers. And y'all not outraged enough for me. I'm just going to put it out there. Y'all not outraged enough for me. Y'all don't care enough for me. And it amazes me about the crap that y'all actually do care about, because y'all will care about some of the dumbest shit out here. Y'all will care about whether someone cusses on a live, like how y'all dragged Leandria for God knows how long for saying cuss words on a live. Y'all dragged her for what is she at? Patron or something like that on a live. Y'all dragged her for that. Church world will definitely drag you for some of the dumbest shit ever, but you will not have an opinion about an old man marrying a teenager. You will not have an opinion about rape and molestation and everything else. Y'all don't have an opinion about none of that stuff. But don't drink, don't cuss, because drinking it, and don't be gay. Because if you gay, y'all got all the opinions in the world. But when you actually are talking about something that really matters, like an old ass man marrying a teenager, y'all ain't got nothing to say. Mum's the word. We don't want to talk about it. That ain't got nothing to do with us. That's something that's going on over there. That ain't in my backyard. But let somebody cuss. Let somebody drink. Oh, they're going to hell. And don't let a person turn out to be gay. Drinking, cussing, and being gay in the church world is a freaking no-no. Y'all niggas be committing adultery. Y'all niggas be sitting up here having sex with children, molesting children, raping children. That is okay. But oh no, don't cuss and don't drink. Those are the big no-nos in y'all world. I don't give 2 shits about y'all world. And I'm gonna be very honest with you. I don't. I don't, because I'm about over it. I'm about over it to begin with, because half of it is fake, none of it is really real, and I'm about sick and tired of it, to be honest with you, because you have selective outrage, and I don't understand where the selectiveness comes from. Because let it be one of your children, okay, that some old ass man then preyed upon. Next thing you know, y'all gonna want all the goons. You know what? I've seen y'all call goons out because I seen y'all do it, church world people. I seen y'all do it. I seen y'all call goons out, okay, when you feel as if someone has disrespected you. Next thing you know, it's a big Facebook post, goons out, guns out. My people, they gonna ride for me and blah, 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 blah. All this extra stuff. This is what y'all do. Because I see it. And then you got all your little Facebook, fake Facebook gangster followers will jump on a whole post, okay, and be like, yeah, because we got your back. We don't tolerate this. Yeah. Y'all do all of this huffing and puffing on Facebook. But when it come down to some real stuff, none of y'all out there. Not one of y'all. Little fake Facebook outrage gangsters don't be nowhere to be found. Except for in Facebook comments trying to act like you're a rider. I'm about sick of all y'all. Listen, I said this, get it off my chest. So I'm going to get it off my chest and I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm sick of. I'm about sick of all y'all and your selective outrage, your selective, everything with you is selective. You even select when you really want to follow Christ or not. I'm just over all of y'all, to be honest. And I feel like we have such a bigger issue. Half the time, only thing y'all want to do is get on Facebook and see who theologically sounds more sound, who can use the biggest word to sound the smartest, as opposed to really dealing with real issues. And I'm sick of that too, because I'm sick of all of this stuff. I really am. I'm tired of y'all. I done seen it for the last 2 months on Facebook, and I'm over it. Everybody next to you wants to become a theological philosopher. Shut up. Okay, there are real issues that are really going on, and everybody want to be a theological philosopher. I'm over all of this. I'm being honest. I'm over all of this stuff because at the end of the day, when the dust settles, how is it saving anybody? How is it helping anybody? It's not. Because guess what? We just got 2 more stories that came out about these little nasty people in this little so-called church world that y'all done created that were caught with children. Caught with children. Let's see. Let's see the story. Because you know what? Because I ain't got time to be lying to y'all. I don't even have time to be playing with y'all. Okay? Because I'm about sick of it. This one came out of Detroit. Let's look at it. The youth pastor at that. What did he do? Prominent Detroit church, second Ebenezer at the center of a teen sex abuse case. What do we have here? Okay. Authorities say a former youth pastor and his younger brother, over a period of months, separately sexually assaulted a teen they both met through a prominent Detroit church. Okay. A Macomb County jury in March found the former youth and I got a problem with youth pastors being in their damn 30s. At what point are you not the damn youth pastor in your 30s? Okay? You are 37 years old and you still the youth pastor? What youth are you pastoring at 37? Okay. This the problem. Y'all be having grown adults sitting up here fronting like they a youth pastor. Who are they pastoring? First and foremost, who? James Wright Johnson, 37, of East Point, guilty of a dozen charges, including 7 felony counts of third-degree criminal sexual conduct with a person 13 to 15. Youth pastor? This the shit y'all condone. I don't condone this. You really? Youth? I am thoroughly. That's why I put that. I said, scrolling my timeline has been probably one of the most aggravating scrolls that I've been doing in these, and I just haven't said anything. And I haven't said anything because I needed a break from saying things. Okay. And I needed a break from saying things because at the end of the day, sometimes you just get tired when you just keep saying stuff and you feel as if no one is really and truly hearing and they're not understanding your frustration. I am frustrated with this man-made church. I am frustrated with it because we keep putting our money, our blood, our sweat, and our tears into this structure that has not been sanctioned by God. And what happens is, and then when we read these stories, right, it gives a twisted depiction from what is really and truly God to what these people have actually created and keep calling a form of God. This stuff, this ain't God. And I wish that we would be a lot more bold in our message and just say it. Because I'm tired of just saying it and not necessarily being heard when I'm saying it. You know what happens when I say it? When I say this ain't God, I get messages in my inbox from people upset. I get calls on my phone from y'all that be upset. Oh, why would you say that? How could you say this? You probably should have said it like this. Well, I don't agree with this here. And I'm about to tell all y'all right now, I don't care what you agree with. I also don't care what you don't like about what I say on my public platform. I don't care, because anytime you can sit there and not come out against this level of wickedness, this right here, and you can sit up here and be complacent about it and think that I need to pussyfoot around what's really being done, you're bugging. You're just straight bugging. And y'all causing me a whole lot of freaking anxiety and mental anguish because you're afraid. Listen here. You being afraid to speak truth doesn't have anything to do with Nikia. And I'm putting this out there right now. Okay. You being afraid to tell the truth. You being afraid to call a spade a spade. You being afraid to say that these institutions are not churches. They're just buildings that sit up here and play on the emotional side of people. You being afraid to say that is on you, not Nikia. Stop messaging me, because I'm not going to change. Oh, right, V. Y'all are bugging, and you're actually part of the problem because you're afraid to call it out. I do not need to use all these theological terms to say you're disgusting, this is dumb, and this does not even go according to the Bible. And you want to know what's happening even right now, what these little disgusting people are doing, because they're trying to make this foolishness okay. And what they're doing is they're taking a cultural aspect of the Bible to say that at that time when men and women were getting married, they were 12 and 13 years old. Well, let's deal with culture. That's not today's culture. So that does not make what you're doing acceptable. Y'all want to say all things that might be lawful, but it might not be expedient. I ain't doing all that. I don't care. Because even that's not accurate. Because it's not lawful. It's disgusting. Let me tell you something. Y'all done got on my good nerves all up and down this good Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I wrote, y'all can't even see it because the light shine. I got notes for this. Okay. I done wrote down my utter disdain. Okay. Because I am disgusted. And some of y'all should be disgusted too. And and that's the problem. Some of y'all have a problem with being disgusted. And I want to know why you have a problem being disgusted, because you should be disgusted. There's so much going on that really and truly, morally, ethically, integrally, you should honestly be disgusted about. And the fact that you not, I be looking at y'all sideways. I am truthful. I be looking at y'all sideways because I be disgusted. And it's not, and I'm not just disgusted with the good church people, because I'm not. Now, my disgust is universal. Okay. I am universally disgusted. Okay. And in my universal disgust, I just happen to start with the church. And I'm not done with y'all yet either, because I'm going to bring this up too. Stop promoting that stupid video with that lady talking about she ain't had sex. Y'all sitting up here running with that video like as if that's the clarion call for Jesus Christ to come because she ain't had sex and then took off running in the church. Let me say this, okay? And I don't care who agree and who don't agree. Okay. Some of y'all need to have sex. Some of y'all need to open up your legs, and some of y'all need to pull your pants down and really and truly enjoy sex. And you want to know why some of y'all need to really and truly enjoy sex? Because you're running around here miserable, pent up, angry at whatever. I don't even know what some of y'all are angry at. You're dealing with all types of depressions and anxieties and all this other extra stuff. And part of that reasoning is because you're denying yourself the natural flow to release. And I'm not saying that you should just run around here and just have sex with any old body. That's not what I'm saying. But some of y'all sitting up here acting like y'all saving yourself for Jesus, and Jesus ain't trying to screw you at all. At all. Not even its function nor purpose. Okay. And you running around here acting like, well, I'm celibate. I'm saving myself. Well, guess what? Miss Dry and Mr. Can't produce a shot. Go ask a doctor what happens when you experience extended periods of so-called celibacy. Ask a doctor. Ask a doctor. Ask a doctor what happens when you don't release important hormones. Ask them. Ask a doctor about the mental aspect of actually connecting and relating with a person. And I don't care whether they're the opposite or the same sex. Y'all argue over that. I ain't arguing over that stupid. I'm not arguing over that stupidity no more either. Because half y'all sound dumb anyway. Okay? You just sound dumb. You're arguing moot points that really and truly in 2022 just should not be argued anymore. Who cares at this point? Okay? Half the stuff that y'all idiots call sin isn't even really sin to begin with. You want to know why? Because what I don't understand is how y'all keep running around here with all this sin talk, but then every time right around Easter time, we want to talk about he paid it all. Well, which one is it? Did he pay it all, or are y'all still worrying about the price and the cost of sin? Which one did he do? Oh, y'all annoying. Oh. Let me get it off my chest. That's why some of y'all men running around here and you don't have any little swimmers that can produce because you sat up here and denied yourself for over 10 years and you done caused your own erectile dysfunction. Okay? Some of y'all women running around, your puss still dry and all this other extra stuff. And why I can't get wet no matter how much you stimulate it, because you done caused your own dry puss issues. Okay? Sometimes all of this abstinence, all of this, I'm celibate, all of this stuff actually can have adverse effects to your own health. Okay? That's the truth. Ask a doctor. A real doctor, not these little fake ones that run up in y'all churches. I ain't talking about them. Real doctor. A real doctor. Doc, I ain't had sex in 10 years. Well, let's check your hormone counts. I'm going to breathe this out today. I sure am. How much do you have low estrogen? Guess what, women? Some of y'all with this tub around your little belly area, that right there has a lot to do with how much estrogen you lacking. Did you know that? Estrogen. I can't get rid of my stomach. Check your hormone levels. I seen it. I can't get my peen hard. It won't get hard. What are you eating? Check your blood flow. Are you overweight? Do you have high cholesterol? Let's check your testosterone levels. All this stuff count. Y'all sitting over here worried about celibacy and abstinence. Oh, whew. That should be the least of your worries. Celibacy and abstinence. Oh, you. I tell you, I'm gonna breathe this one out because I'm gonna get it out because y'all annoying me, and I don't like being annoyed. That's why I've been calm, cool, and collected for these last 2 months. I've been on a mental health break. You know what I'm saying? A real mental health break. You know, because folk love to push on all of the triggers that I have. I feel like in these last 2 months they just been just hit. Every trigger that I could have been just y'all. I feel like some of y'all was like I'm a tap dance all over your triggers. I'm just going just sit up here, shuffle, ball change. Anybody that understands tap knows what I just said. All over your triggers. You know what I'm saying? And I was suffering from anxiety. I could not sleep. None of that stuff. Right? Straight up freaking exhausted. All types of neck pains, back pains, pulled butt muscles that I ain't never pulled before. Just all types of issues I had going on these last 2 months. V, am I lying? Did I not pull my butt muscle in that goddamn gym? I ain't never pulled a butt muscle a day in my life. And I don't ever want to go back to that. However, the level of anxiety I was dealing with, coupled with depression, all that stuff, it was just like, rah. And I was like, okay, I need a break. I know when I need a break. I know when I need time to Nakia. But looking down this good timeline, y'all have worked all of the nerves that I thought I had on reserve. These nerves, they was on injured reserve list, right? Like I be feeling like what I do is I got these reserves, right? So I got nerves in there, you know what I'm saying? They be on reserve, you know, for when they just need to come on out. When y'all on my last one, I don't even the nerves that was on reserve is now injured. Cause y'all done got on my nerve. This. Whew. Thank you, V, for confirming. I sure did pull my good butt muscle. Okay. The good one, too. Right cheek at that. Didn't even know. Thought it was a hamstring. Learned it was a whole butt muscle. Didn't even know what it was. But let me say this. I'm glad it ain't pulled no more because I didn't know what to do with life at that point. I felt like I couldn't even breathe because the muscle was pulled. Okay. And I'm saved now, but when I was going through it, that was the devil trying to steal my joy. Anyway, let's get down because I think I'm over you church people at this point. So I don't want to talk about y'all no more because I'm over it. If I do have something else to say about y'all, it'll come back up. But for right now, I'm over it. I don't feel like I have anything else left to say as it pertains to y'all. Because I just be over y'all anyway, and then my level of over be over, and once my level of over is over, this is what it is: Roe versus Wade. You know what? I think I am thoroughly convinced. Half y'all are dumb. Roe versus Wade. In 1973, it was a landmark decision of the U.S. Supreme Court in which the court ruled that the Constitution of the United States protects a pregnant woman's liberty to choose to have an abortion without excessive government restriction. Roe versus Wade protected a woman's right to choose. Every woman should have the right to choose based upon their own what? Personal convictions. I'm coming back down the church road. I don't even care. Y'all back up. What you personally believe does not have to be widely accepted for the whole. Personal convictions is just that. What I personally believe for me and my body, for me and my faith base, for me and my whatever it is, what I personally believe. Roe versus Wade said, I had the right to choose based on who? Me. That's all it did. So if a woman chose to have an abortion, she could so choose. But for you idiots to think that you can impose your religious beliefs on an entire community, population of women, that to me is egregious. You don't have the right to impose your beliefs upon me. But for some reason, this Christian world really thinks that you have the right to impose your beliefs and make it a law as it pertains to the whole that do not believe wholeheartedly in what you believe. Y'all annoying. Y'all are just annoying. I was on a good post, right? And one of the things the lady said, she said, Christians don't agree on nothing. And y'all don't. Y'all don't. Y'all don't. You just don't. Y'all don't agree on nothing. Everything is what you feel, how it was interpreted to you, what this means to me, because in my truth, this, and in how I feel about this, that's all this stuff is about. How you feel. Roe versus Wade, in a nutshell, told a woman the government cannot impose its viewpoint on you. You can choose, right? You can choose. But we got to sit up here and deal with a conservative Supreme Court. And let me say this. I don't believe that this ruling, and it's not even a ruling. They haven't decided yet. I do not believe that this was leaked accidentally, right? What I believe is that I believe that it was leaked on purpose. Why? So that women can see what was coming. And guess what? And I don't care what some of these little policymakers say, okay? But half them, they little side women, see, that's the problem. This is the problem. Half their little side women done had all these abortions and stuff like that as well, okay? Some of them scared if the Supreme Court overturned this whole thing, okay? Because at that point, Your little sides can't go running around here having abortions and stuff because you over here impregnating sides and stuff. And some of y'all women running around here cheating and stuff, you ain't gonna be able to hide that little pregnancy no more. Mm-hmm. 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 I think that we as women need to we need to wake up. Okay. Truth be told, I do not believe that this whole ruling has anything to do with once you're impregnated, once you conceive, that fetus has life. Y'all don't care. These same people don't care about the lives of Black people. They don't care about the lives of immigrants. They don't care about the lives of any other foreigner. They don't care. They don't care about lives outside of themselves. But you mean to tell me that you concerned about an embryo? However, these same policymakers are so concerned about the life, right? Because that's what they keep saying. It's about life, okay? But what you won't do is you won't provide universal health care. What you won't do is you won't provide universal child care. Because let's think about it. How much money are these lives going to start costing people? Okay, all the lives that they saying they trying to protect. Okay, when a mother or a father or whoever can't go to work, okay, because they can't find suitable child care, affordable child care. Let's think about pre-K and kindergarten, because that right there in and out of itself is not mandatory in every single state or in every single school district. Okay, so to the point where now the mother then has to find a way to put the child in some type of before care and then after care and pay for it. Let's deal with the fact that salaries are not are definitely not lining up with the times at all. So half the people can't even afford it. But you mean to tell me that all of this is about preserving the life, but there is nothing in place in order to ensure that that life that they want to preserve is able to flourish in this economy and in this world, in America? That's what you're telling me? This is about life, but that life might have to struggle. Oh, so what y'all saying is that'll be on the onus of the man or the woman to ensure that he or she don't get pregnant, right? Oh, okay. So now a person that is a victim of rape has to have their rapist baby because that's a life. A child that is being raped at 11 years old, 10, 11 years old, and she's already hit puberty, so she needs to have that child because it's a life. Oh. Oh, so a mother needs to give birth to a child that is not developing properly in utero. Oh, because that's a life? She don't have a right to choose. Nobody has a right to choose. Your rights. See, and this is the thing that I feel that we're not really paying attention to. This ain't just about, Roe versus Wade and a woman's right to choose. When you start dibbing and dabbling into people's actual rights, some of us need to start understanding what's going to happen with this Affirmative Action and Civil Rights Act. Because some of these rights we have were written in after the fact. You see how they're trying to stifle our right to vote. When you start dealing with rights, basic human rights, we're dealing on a totally different level now. This is different. But some of y'all are too clouded by your own personal views to understand rights. That's okay. Because when we are taken back In time, y'all gonna see. How the hell you overturning something from 1973 in 2022? Roe versus Wade. Y'all better wake up. Y'all better pay attention. Because the good old JD, whoever over there in Ohio, done won his little Senate seat. And I'm concerned about that. I posted about, when I posted about that? I think this morning. And I said, y'all so mad at Biden that y'all gonna let y'all gonna let this slip through? But this is what's happening. It's like we get outraged about one thing because we feel that Biden ain't living up to, him and Kamala are not living up to what we thought that they would live up to. So now we mad. So now we're going to allow things to just slip through the cracks. And let me say this, some of my good Latinos and Latinas or Latinx or whatever you want to call yourself in today's world of confusion. Wake up. Because at the end of the day, who these people are really and truly gunning for is us. And some of y'all have really been running around here acting as if you had a superpower or a special power because you were of Latin descent and didn't realize truthfully what was the undertone for what was to come. That's truth. I'm Latina. I'm Latino. I'm different. You separated yourself so much to the point where they just showed you that now we're going to treat you just the same. We're going to treat you just the same. I'm just saying. The writing has been on the wall. We just ain't been really paying attention to it. And it's sad that we really haven't been paying attention to it. You know what I'm saying? But it's time that we really begin to pay attention. We need to pay attention. Y'all been asleep for too long and you ain't been paying attention to what's going on. So let's think about it here, right? Let's go. About stuff being leaked, right? We got this whole situation going on between Kim Kardashian and Ray J. Whole entire situation. All of us have known about this, truth be told, since 2007. Let's be real. We have all of us have said from the beginning when this thing first hit, we all said, nah, they staged this whole thing. This wasn't leaked. This was on purpose. This was a plan. Everybody said, nah, mom pimped the daughter to make this money. Everybody said, we all have said from 2007 all the way up until now, everybody has said it. Everybody. I don't know a person that has not spoken this as actual facts. I don't know anybody that hasn't said it. Like, nah, ain't no way. Nah, they made money off of a sex tape. They knew what they were doing. Everybody said it, right? All of a sudden, it's no longer that. All of a sudden, it's this big thing. Ray J leaked it. Ray J this, Ray J that, blah, 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 blah. So now they get a whole new Hulu series. And here this comes up again. And all these years later, 14 years later, how many ever years later, Ray J says, nah, y'all not going to keep trying to play me. I'm tired. And I ain't even mad at him because at a certain point in time, y'all not going to keep playing in my face trying to make me out to be this pervert. And that's not who I am. And I done asked y'all to clear this up multiple times over these years, but y'all keep sitting up here trying to make me out to be the bad guy while she over here fake crying on TV for 14 years and got me about to lose whatever investments that I have, because now we are in a time in 2022 of what? Cancel culture. People can be canceled over things that they did a year ago, 14 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago. So now his investors are looking at him like, excuse me, wait a minute. Did you do this? Like, is this real? Like, did you really do this? And now what is he trying to do? He trying to get them to admit they wrong. What was the option that he had? Things that which we speculated about and said was true, we didn't really know. Now we get the confirmation from actual Ray J saying, man, this is what happened. This was a whole deal that was brokered with Vivid TV. So we just made it look like it was a leak, but it really wasn't a leak. This was a brokered deal, because she saw how Paris Hilton got off on her deal and she wanted to be off on this deal. So now look at, we all got a deal, but I'm the one that's made to be the bad guy. I'm the one that's made to be the creep. I'm the one that's made to be the perv. I'm the one that's made to be all these things and all these tears and all this stuff, but I ain't even had a second tape. She had everything that she needed. He said in a Nike shoebox under the bed. I don't know how he knew about no Nike shoebox under the bed, but you know, that'd be Ray J. Ray J, he always been a little extra with his words or whatever, but that's what he said. And I said, you know what? We need to support this Black man. That's how I feel. And my feeling, we need to support Ray J and rally behind Ray J, because I'm about tired of this defenseless, hopeless, woman syndrome or whatever, white woman syndrome or whatever, to where he the big bad wolf and she's just defenseless and crying. And we've been saying since 2007 that this whole thing was staged. We've been saying since 2007 that mom got off. Ray J just said, listen, this is what he said, because you know what? We can't go, listen, this is what he said. He said, as a Black man living and working in America, it's hard to get up every day and look out at the water or look at my family and know that they think something about you when you know it's 1,000% the other way. How do you live like that? I don't know how he been living like that, to be completely honest with you, because I probably wouldn't have lived like that. But according to Ray J, he signed contracts to state that he would stay quiet. But I don't think Ray J knew that in 2022, she would still be attempting to make a storyline out of something that has been over. Now, according to what she texts back to him and all those messages that they had going back and forth, she said, basically, you need to blame your manager, Whack 100, because he was the one that started talking about a second, sex tape or whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, then you take your beef up with Whack 100. Why are you dragging Ray J into it? And then you're also insinuating that, like as if he, she says it was a joke. You jokingly insinuated that he had, a dildo or something and tried to shove it up your butt or whatever the case may be. But at the same time, that's not something that you joke about in 2022. We are in a day and time and in a day and age where people are getting canceled over stuff like that. People are actually going to jail over stuff like that. So why would you joke like that and think that that's funny? Why? This where we at. Why? This whole world is this whole world is annoying. This whole world, it's annoying, and it comes to a certain point in time where, truth be told, you just get tired, because it's like you gotta fight so much stuff just to live. You know what I'm saying? You gotta fight too much to live. And people are getting tired. Y'all wonder why people starting to commit suicide left and right, or whatever the case may be, because they tired of fighting to live. Nobody wants to feel like to live every day is a fight. And then on top of that, when you begin to feel like it is a fight that you can't win, at that point, when you feel like it's a fight that you can't win, you decide at that moment in that time, depending upon where you at, should I go? Because I can't win this. And I don't want to keep fighting this. I don't want to wake up every day feeling like this. I don't want to wake up every day with these emotions. This is what it is that people keep talking about when they say, I've had suicidal thoughts. I don't want to keep waking up to the same stuff. And this takes me to Kevin Samuels. First of all, let me say this, and I'm going to preface this with this. Y'all watch him. Y'all do. Y'all watch all these self-proclaimed relationship experts, people that supposed to know everything about everything except for how to manage their own life. Y'all make them rich. Y'all get them. Y'all do that stuff. Y'all do it. That's on y'all. Truth be told. I sat through a video because I was tagged in it yesterday. Thank you, girl, for tagging me in. And I really sat through this whole hour's worth of a video. And let me say this. I ain't going to say whether I agree or disagree with the good old Kevin Samuels. You want to know why? Because y'all call in, you video in, and you ask him questions about your life. That's between you and your life. I ain't calling Kevin to ask nothing about me and my life. I'm not asking Kevin why at 41 am I still single. He told that woman yesterday, well, if you ain't found him in 40 years, good looking, thinking you're going to find him in the next. Let me tell you something. That's what's wrong with y'all. I'm not calling. I personally, I don't have a need to call. And I'm not going to say that man hates women. Because I don't believe that he hates women. I believe he does not like stupid women. I do believe that. I believe that he does not. I believe that when some of y'all call up there and y'all start doing all that wordsmithing stuff, as he calls word salad, and y'all because you're not. What you lack. This is going to sound real messed up. You're not intellectually sound in order to call up or video into his show and have an actual conversation with him. That's just the plain way for me to say it, right? Because what he's going to do is he's going to run down statistics for you, and you ain't never going to know where the source of them statistics are. All he's going to tell you is statistics show blah, 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 blah. And statistics show blah. But he's never going to tell you the source and number one, what was the population size of the stats that you're running down to me? What was the demographics of those statistics? Where was that population drawn from? If you study statistics, all of what I'm saying matters when it comes down to statistics. If you chose a population size of 100 people within a certain perimeter, those statistics are going to show for that area. If I base my stats on, let's say, how Marie Claire and some of them used to do their stats, which would be based off of their readers and those whom would respond, that we be watching Family Feud confused at some of the answers. We questioned this many people and this is what they had to say. Well, who did you ask? Because y'all ain't never asked me. Because I'd have told you I don't put raisins in potato salad. Devil is a lie, right? That's the type of stuff. That's statistics. So y'all call up there or video in there having no clue where these statistics come from. And you sit up there and think you're going to have a conversation with a person and you have no idea where their information is coming from. As a woman, stop it. He read off a stat yesterday, said 75% of Black women make $50,000 or less. He said 9% of Black women, what was that, are in six figures. Where did those stats come from? What demographic area? Do you know? And then y'all get up there and y'all try to argue with him. He said that to make the point of, if 75% of Black women make $50,000 or less, how are they surviving in today's economy? Which is the reason why marriage should be a requirement for the 75% of Black women that make $50,000 or less. Why? Because they can't live off of just $50,000 in today's society and economy. So therefore, they're going to need either a second income from a spouse, or they'll need government assistance in order to be able to live. So he posed a question and said, so why are so many Black women against marriage? I'm just so baffled by all of this stuff, to be honest with you. I'm very baffled by it. And I'm not necessarily looking for responses to why, so many Black women are against marriage, or whatever the case may be, because just as many Black women that are against marriage, there are also Black men that are against marriage. I can't tell you how many Black men I have encountered that have said they don't feel that they would ever get married. They don't feel that they would ever be in a committed relationship. They don't feel that they would ever do this, that, all this stuff. So y'all, and some of y'all men too, because y'all listen to him wholeheartedly and take everything that he say to heart or whatever. And I'm just convinced that the male population that really has no issue with anything that man says is truly a segment of the population of men that are extremely butthurt over something that a broke, bitter woman did to them, which then caused them to feel the type of disdain that they actually have against women. And therefore, they're just very excited and very happy to see that someone is willing to take up their fight and just come against, he says the majority of women, the majority of women. So understand, his majority says 50.1%. So when he says majority, he's not saying 98.9%. He's just saying 50.1%. And the other 49.9%, that's where some of us fall into that whole category over there. So his majority is 50.1% of women. So deal with that, okay? I ain't got no time for some of this foolishness. But what I will say is that some of y'all really, y'all will give 30,000 views to some foolishness, as opposed to giving your time and energy to invest in what it is, whatever it is that you truly do want in this life. You know what I'm saying? And another thing that I really want to hit on is because I'm just, I just had a conversation with someone. I thought it was very interesting. I really liked it. I honestly did. I thought it was hilarious, but enlightening all at the same time. Because one of the things that he said, I'm so sick and tired of people running around here talking about this alpha male stuff. And I was like, what do you mean? Ain't you alpha male? Right? Pretty much. I'm joking, but I get where he's going with it. And he was like, everyone talks about the alpha, and they talk about it as it pertains to the wolf pack, right? I'm like, yeah, the alpha male in the wolf pack. He said, well, when you think about the alpha male in the wolf pack, according to nature says that in a wolf pack, the alpha is never challenged. He said, so how much of these men running around here is talking about they alpha male? Are they really an alpha male if someone can challenge them? Or are they only alpha up until the point in which they get challenged? I be trying to figure out all this alpha, beta, and all them other Greek alphabet letters that y'all like to all call yourselves, or whatever the case may be. In this day and time and in this day and age, at the end of the day, if you want to describe yourself as being alpha, more power to you. Go. Godspeed. However, if you cannot call yourself alpha anything, if you do not know how to protect, know how to provide, and know how to profess. Some of y'all running around here calling yourselves alpha, and you're the biggest cheaters in the whole wide world. You're the biggest liars in the whole wide world. You're the biggest manipulators in the whole wide world. You're the biggest deceptors in the whole wide world. And this goes for alpha men and you so-called alpha women. You live in the biggest delusion of your alphaness. And part of the problem is that in your alphaness, you have yet mastered your own level of self-control, self-respect. But you screaming, I'm alpha. Well, listen, scream it loud. You alpha and you proud. But if a person can run up on you and knock your ass out, you ain't alpha. And that goes for anybody in this world, because none of us can walk around unchallenged. I don't care how big, I don't care how bad you think you are. Someone is going to attempt to knock you up off your square. And that's just how that shit go. So moving on, because I'm over this whole alpha conversation, because I'm convinced half y'all scream alpha and you ain't even alpha. Simps. I'm sick of y'all using this terminology of a simp. Y'all have ran Russell Wilson name in the ground, calling him a simp. And guess what? Some of y'all probably wouldn't be the single dogs that you are if you would learn how to incorporate simpness into your ways. Okay. A man showing love, honor, respect to a woman does not make him a simp. A man showing that he is the provider does not make him a simp. A man showing that he is the protector does not make him a simp. A man showing that he truly understands that hurting her would then hurt him. So therefore, my job is to protect her and not hurt her does not make that man a simp. Half of y'all running around here calling people simps. You have your own questionable malehood, manness that goes within your own self, and it has nothing to do with that man. It just has everything to do with you. Figure you out. Stop trying to figure everybody else out. Figure you out. Figure you out. Because the truth of the matter is, all that bitterness, all that brokenness, all that, oh, he's a simp. Oh, he's a this. Oh, he's a that. Oh, I ain't doing that for no woman. Ain't no woman gonna do this. Shut up. It's just annoying. At the end of the day, when you find somebody that truly, compliments you in who you are, there are some things that you will never mind doing for that woman. Same thing goes for a woman, for a man. True story. But some y'all run around here using all these words, using all this terminology, and it's like nobody fully understands how to be their own individual thinker. Nobody fully understands how to have an independent thought outside of what the collective is saying. It is just annoying in today's time that people are just rolling with the crowd and not being able to have their own thoughts. Y'all, you're just draining. You're not innovative if you can't have your own thought. You're not creative if you can't have your own thought. You know what I'm saying? Move how you want to move, shake how you want to shake. But running around, you know what I'm saying, with the crowd, oh, y'all annoying me. I ain't never seen so much groupthink a day in my life. And that's annoying to me. Because with groupthink, who challenges your thought process? Who challenges what you're saying? I'm tired of groupthink. I'm gonna end it with this one last thing because I'm over a lot. But I think one of the major things that I'm kind of over is with regards to this generation. I saw some statistics where they said 4.5 million people quit their jobs in a month of March or whatever. So it opened up the economy to have this many jobs available, right? Now, what we don't see are the numbers that go in and out of that, and I'm not going to really get into that with how, the unemployment numbers really are derived or whatever the case may be, because that could be people resigning from jobs, getting other jobs, whatever the case may be. But we're not necessarily going to see that. But what I will say is that there have been other studies, other stats ran on this generation, this new generation that feels that everything that they do, they're entrepreneurs. We're entrepreneurs. We don't need no job. We're going to create this and we're going to do this and we're going to do that. Let me say this. The economy, the way our good industrialized world works is there is room for everyone, right? You got agriculture, you got service, you got trucking, you have all these different groupings of people, right? That do what? They help the economy to keep moving. If everybody thinks they about to get rich off of being a lash technician, something is wrong. If everybody thinks they're about to get rich off of being a hairstylist, something is wrong. Because at the end of the day, yes, is there room for everyone? Absolutely. But everyone is not an entrepreneur. And that's just what's real. And that's not to say that you can't be that. But I have literally seen people sit up here and try to fight their way into being an entrepreneur. I'm just going to quit my day job and I'm just going to do this. And it's like, well, if you do that, how will you pay your bills? What's your plan? Well, I don't know, but I just feel like, I don't want to work for anybody. Well, you sound dumb. Because any real entrepreneur knows that they got to have as much savings as they need in order to have a backup plan for them taking that leap into not having steady income. You sound dumb. It's different when you're of this generation, because in this generation, right, what we have to do, if we truly want to cultivate entrepreneurship into that generation, we have to teach them how to create a need that is needed by the masses in order to generate income. And then you have to be able to create in such a way that your product, although it might be out there, but your product, you're different. How do we market you differently from everybody else? See, these are the things that we don't talk about when it comes to, just like, and I'm gonna be honest, right? Everybody wants to be an author. Hello. Guess what one of the biggest deceptive ways that y'all sitting up here thinking that y'all supporting y'all friend because y'all friend is the #1 best-selling author on Amazon. Did you ever look at the category in which they categorize their book? See, one thing I don't do deceptive marketing. I don't at all. I'm not going to lie to you to make you feel as if I am the #1 best-selling author on Amazon because my book is about this, but I put it under R&B Divas. And there's only one book in R&B Divas, and it's my book. And because 5 of y'all bought it, I became the best-selling author in that section. Tell the truth. That's truth. See, but that's the truth some of these publishers don't want to let y'all know about. Because what these publishers are doing is they're putting these books inside of categories where that's the only book that's in that category. So next thing you know, you seeing all over Facebook best-selling author, but if you actually go look at that book on Amazon and you see the category and you be like, you know what? They just lied. Deceptive marketing. I don't have to lie to you. Same thing when it come down to these podcasts. This is just the truth. Oh, they got this many views. Oh, they got that many views. Oh, they got this, they got that, all this other extra stuff. Everything is it's clicks, likes, and views. I don't care nothing about that. And I'm just being honest. I don't care nothing about that. Information is free. People ask me, you don't want to make money off your podcast? Why? I got a job. I have a job that pays me. I actually love my job. I do this because I want to, not because I have to. Now, if somehow, some way, money comes about out of it, I'm happy. Whatever. But what I'm not going to deceive nobody to get clicks and freaking views. I'm not doing that. Because I got a job. I create on my own. I help other people tell their stories. This is what I do. Why? Because I have a passion for it. Not because I want to broadcast it. Y'all have no idea how many stories I done ghost written for people. True story. I don't broadcast that. I do it because I have a passion. Because if someone else wants to tell their story, but they can't write it, I'm going to help you. Come on. That's what I do. But everybody ain't a ghostwriter either. Everybody not an entrepreneur. Everybody not going to be in business for themselves. This is why we have a whole service sector. But y'all really have a whole entire generation not even fully understanding how to be that. The blood, sweat, and tears that it takes to become that. How many people are going to lie to you and feed you a dream that ain't real? I could tell y'all a few that done offered me all types of stuff for my podcast and ain't come through with nothing. Nothing but this. And everybody like, no, because you got to go get it. I got a job. Are y'all crazy? Do this because I want to. I don't do it because I have to. I do it because I want to. I want to. And I'm not saying things will just magically come because, you know what I'm saying? But what I am saying is that there will be someone that will literally keep their word. There's nothing I could do about people that don't keep their word. But keep moving forward. Oh, well, because if you're looking for sponsors, you know, they worried about viewers and they needed it. Does it look like I'm worried about sponsors? I sponsor my own vision. It's what I got a job for. That's what we got to start teaching people. What do you want to do? Okay. How much you think that's going to cost? Okay. Now let's move this forward. Do you have the capital to put into the vision that you have for yourself? Oh, and you want to know how some of these folks lying to y'all, creating all these masterclass. You know how many people told me I should do a masterclass for podcasting? The devil is a liar. I'm not scamming nobody. This information is free. Oh, Nakia ain't a scam. I refuse. Now, if you contact me and you tell me, oh, well, I need you to set up my podcast, I need you to do this, I need you to do it, that's different. You paying for a service. Hello, services. Services ain't free. But when it comes down to information, what platform do you use? How do you what do you, that's free shit. That's free game. I ain't got time. Y'all be annoying me. But all I'm saying is we got to keep this generation is probably one of the most delusional generations that we have around. And part of their delusion, it's our fault. It's our fault because we fed them something that might not be real. And we have to start getting real with this generation. Okay. We have to start getting real. Okay. That was like back in the day when everybody thought they was going to play basketball, football, and they wasn't getting drafted. We got to be real. That's all I'm gonna say. We just gotta be real. We gotta learn how to be real. And until we really learn how to be real, we're going to keep raising up an extremely delusional, dysfunctional, angry generation when things don't go the way in which they seem. Everybody want to have a business in the same place, doing business the same way. Nah, that ain't how that works. That ain't how that works. I just saw someone, they trying to talk about they about to teach a master class on how to do the micro shade and micro blade in the brows. And ain't nothing micro shaded or bladed about them brows that they showed a picture of. Oh, we offering a master class. I don't want your class. Oh, I'm going to offer a master class on how you can master, relationships. You ain't been in that one successful relationship. And the one you got, you ain't happy in. I don't want to learn from you. I don't want to learn from you. You can't teach me. So all these master classes running around here, and that's how they get you. Oh, we're giving you $5,000 worth of information for $5.99. All them little Bible master classes y'all done took, and you still don't know the Bible. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Y'all done took all these master classes. How to master being a leader, how to master this, how to master that. Paid all this money, and you still don't know how to pray. Mm-mm. Nope. Not doing it. We're not near none of y'all. That master class stuff really took over in the last 2 years. Everybody created a master class, and all that really and truly was a way in which how to make money. That's all that really was. It was a scheme, and y'all all bought into that scheme. I wasn't buying into the masterclass scheme because you're not getting me for my money. I work too hard for my money for me to be paying you to do absolutely nothing. I'm not doing that. I work hard for my money. I put in hours for my money. And you think I'm just going to give it to you for free because you telling me you got a master class? Nah, ain't happening. And if y'all hear me, I'm buffing out my nail because it felt a little uneven. And me and Nancy going to have a whole conversation when I see her because this can't keep happening. See what I'm saying? And some of y'all want to be master classing on nails and stuff. You ain't mastered how to buff out a nail. So that we ain't got these type problems. I ain't got this type of time. Anyway, just yeah, I'm mad about this nail. It's about to get on my nerve. Anyway, I'm getting off of here because I'm over it and I'm done. So, like I just said, when all of my good rant, I'm gonna summarize my rant up like this. Shut up. That's how I'm gonna summarize my rant. I'm tired of you church people. Shut up. I'm tired of this Ray J and Kim Kardashian situation. Shut up. Roe versus Wade, speak up. Okay. Kevin Samuel, shut up. Okay. Alpha male, females, and all this simp talk, shut up. Okay. This generation and all this entrepreneurship, shut up unless you're going to really tell them the truth and teach them the truth. Shut up. Learn generalized respect. Learn how to be integral. Learn how to have morals. Okay. And all the other extra good stuff. Learn all that. And if you can't learn it, shut up. I don't even know why you asked me that question, William Thomas. What do I care about? I guess you're going to elaborate on that. I got time. You can elaborate. Y'all see me in dead silence. My topic of interest is what? About what? I think you need to ask more than one word, one sentence questions. I need to understand where you're driving. What is your driving point? Let me say it that way. I'm just waiting for William to tell me what his driving point is. He asked me, what do I care about and what my topic of interest is, but I'm trying to understand exactly where he's coming from. Because I was just about to wrap this whole thing up. All right. So I'm wrapping it up. How about the stories of the 30,000 men, women, and children who Florida has called irredeemable and had sentences, every one of them, to die in prison with some form of a life sentence? Are you asking me what I think about that, or are you asking me, is that... So when I made the comment, when I said I'm a ghostwriter, I was referring to people that contact me in order to assist them with writing their stories, right? So that's what I was referring to when I said that. So if someone of these 30,000 men, women, and children whom the state of Florida has called irredeemable were to contact me and say, hey, I want to tell my story, then yeah, I would help them tell their story. So that's what I was referring to when I said that. So, but I don't just pick up other people's stories just to tell it, if that makes sense. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that helped you out with understanding what I'm saying. What I'm saying, when I'm saying what I'm saying. So I care about a lot. So let me help William Thomas. I care about a lot. What I don't care about are things that are frivolous, banter. And what I don't care about is opinions or statistics that are skewed to the left or to the right. So I don't care about stuff like that. I don't care about things like alpha male, alpha female. I don't care about things like simps and all this other extra stuff. I don't care about stuff like that because it honestly has no bearings on my life and it does not necessarily affect me. But it seems to be a care, especially across these social media streets. The things in which I honestly care about are things that really and truly can affect the lives of other people. That's what I care about. So I hope that answers your question. At any rate, I'm getting off of here because it's been an hour and 22 minutes. And in my mind, I was only doing 30 minutes to an hour, and I'm over what my mind told me. So I'm off of here. Until next time, I do not believe that I'm fully bringing the show completely back until probably sometime in July. You will sporadically hear from me, of course. But like I told y'all before, I was on break and I needed the break and I still need it. I just needed today to get some things off my chest just for the simple fact that there are just some things that when I see it, I'm going to address it. And this Roe versus Wade situation, what the video that I watched from Kevin Samuels yesterday, this whole Ray J situation, this whole church situation that I happened to stumble upon and see with regards to some more people getting caught messing with underage children. Sometimes you just got to let it out, and you know, you can't just let it out, sporadically. Sometimes you just gotta let it out, and that's what the hell I did. So that's what we were on. That's the type time I was on. So you know what? Until next time, I'm out.